Hey yo, what's going on with those viewers of the tube? Tyler here of Chico Crypto, coming to you guys not live, not in my studio, but out in nature, aka my backyard once again. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday. It's a beautiful morning here in Chico, and I can't wait to bring you that crypto and Bitcoin content. I'm sure a lot of you saw the title, clicked on this video because of the title. What is Chico Crypto's Bitcoin exit plan? When to sell, exactly when to sell your BTC. Well, first let's talk about the Bitcoin price. Things are looking good for Bitcoin. We've pushed off of, the lows, 33K, and we've broken 10K above that. As of right now, we're sitting below, just below 44K. We broke 44K last night, and we were looking like we were pushing up towards 45K, although we are settling down right now. So holding above 43K is very bullish, selling right now, it might not be one of the best ideas. But when do I want to sell? So when, Tyler? When am I going to sell? Because that's what I said in this video. Well, I want to talk about the last cycle. So last cycle, we got down to a low of 30K July 20th. On July 20th, we hit that low. And it took about 112 days for that cycle to, go through the motions, the full cycle to the next top. That happened on November 8th, I'm pretty sure. So the price actually went from about 30K to above 68K during that time, 112 days. So here recently, again, we fell from that November 8th top of 68K down to, again, around frickin' $30,000 level. Not as low, we didn't get as low, but on January 24th, not even that long ago, just a couple weeks ago, we hit a low of 33K. So, just based on cycles, on what happened the last time from going from a 30K low to over 60K peak, that took 112 days. 112 days from January 24th, the 33K low, is actually on May 16th. So I've actually made videos about this where I've predicted where I see this Bitcoin cycle's top is going to be. And I've said, personally, I thought it may have been back in December because that's what's happened in Bitcoin's past. But if it didn't happen, I was predicting in the summer of 2022, May, June. And that is what many in the space are predicting, that we are going to have our blow off top that comes then. So what is the price going to be then? Well, I'm still going to hold my personal prediction. I think we are going to get near 100K. I don't think we're going to get as high as some of these other wild predictions out there that are saying 200K, 300K. I personally think 100K. So what would be a great, exit strategy? Because you can never be sure that we're going to get to that level. Well, cashing out in increments, that is one of the best strategies. Even right here at 40K, taking 5-10% of your portfolio, taking it out. If we reach 50K, 5-10% of your portfolio, take it out. 60K again, 5-10, maybe jump it up a little bit to 10-15, take it out there. 70K, same. 80K, same, There is that strategy to cash out in increments on the way up. And I've talked about that strategy many times in the past, and I haven't followed it. So this time, I'm going to try to follow it. I don't think I'm going to cash out any until we hit 45K, just to be sure, But, 45K, take out 5% of the portfolio, that is not a bad idea, in my personal opinion. So now let's talk about the reasons not to sell. We got to talk about the reasons not to sell. We talked about, when I think the top is going to be in a good strategy, a BTC exit strategy. But there are reasons not to sell in those markets right now, you guys. There's many, many, many reasons. So number one is big entities aren't selling. So if you didn't know, Tesla and Elon Musk, they bought a big old batch of Bitcoin back in March of last year. Well, they spent about $1.5 billion on that batch of Bitcoin. I mean, a large purchase. And it has now since grown to about $2 billion, with them even cashing out some of it. I think they cashed out around 200 million. So they've cashed out, they've secured 200 million, and the 1.5 billion purchase has now grew to 2 billion. So not a bad investment, you know. And actually, Elon and Tesla, they have said they have no plans to sell for the foreseeable future. And it's not only Tesla, you know, you guys, it's actually other entities that are starting to add Bitcoin to their corporate treasuries. Kind of like a domino, you guys. One person does it and it just starts slowly and picking up speed. We're starting to see corporate treasuries add crypto assets. And a big one, a Canadian company, KPMG, a big Canadian company, they announced that they were adding Bitcoin and Ethereum to their corporate treasury. They didn't specify the exact amounts, you guys. They specified that they were adding those two assets. But they said they aren't going to have any plans to sell for the foreseeable future. And, you know, kind of when these big corporate entities buy, you know, it'd be nice to find out the level they buy. That creates kind of a bottom for the Bitcoin price. I don't foresee Bitcoin going much lower than that because these entities, they aren't going to freaking want to let it. These big entities, powerful entities. But they also said, KPMG, about their buy, that they're buying carbon credits to offset, you know, the energy that it takes to mine Bitcoin and Ethereum. So there is one crypto project out there that is focused on, you know, carbon credits, and that is ClimateDAO. Archimedes of ClimateDAO, he tweeted when this happened, you know, is it Clima? So it's very possible, you know, to offset these assets that they're buying, they could be purchasing some Clima. I'm not saying that's the case, but it is possible, you guys. So now let's talk about the reason to sell. You know, maybe we are in a bear market still. You know, we can't get fully bullish just right off the bat because of this pump. It's nice to see we are above some critical levels, but you never know in the crypto markets. So we got to talk about 2 days from now, February 10th, the CPI, core inflation data for the United States, is coming out, you guys. It's coming out big time. And there's a lot of expectations on what's going to happen. So people are predicting that it's going to be about a 7.3% inflation year over year. Now, if that inflation number comes out higher, you guys, it's going to cause the Fed to act swiftly in March. So March 15th through the 16th is the next Fed FOMC meeting. And that is when they could announce a rate hike, especially if inflation data is higher than they expect. So many people are expecting, you know, of course, inflation data is 7.3%. If it comes out lower, you know, that's great. You know, Fed probably won't raise interest rates, but people are expecting 7.3%. If it comes out higher, Fed is definitely going to raise rates. But people are expecting 7.3%. If it comes out the same, Fed might not raise rates because actually there's futures traders out there that are putting a bet on this, you know, and they only have a 37% chance that the Fed is going to raise rates here in March by 50 basis points. That's what people are guessing. So if, you know, the Fed even raises rates by 25 points, it's actually, you know, dovish for the markets. It's not hawkish. And that's a good sign. And the markets are probably going to rebound because 0.25%, you know, that's nothing, you guys. That is still extremely cheap money. And that means speculative assets, stocks, and Bitcoin, crypto are going to do well. Now, the final thing I do want to talk about is actually bullish for Bitcoin, and this has to do with kind of governments and states adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. Of course, we know El Salvador is already moving that pace. They're launching their Bitcoin volcano bonds this month, so that is going to be massive. The first, you know, government-sponsored Bitcoin bonds are coming. But if you have seen in the United States, a lot of states are getting bullish on Bitcoin. Arizona's senator, or was it their senator or their freaking I can't remember, but one of Arizona's top, political persons, they actually said that they're going to make Arizona one of the friendly, places for crypto. Of course, Texas is extremely friendly to crypto, Wyoming too. So I predict, this year it's possible a state adopts Bitcoin as legal tender. And if that happens, that's only going to mean up for Bitcoin, you guys. Well, I'm gonna take off for today, you guys. I have an excellent video on passive income. So this kind of ties into this type of market, or this video, an exit plan, passive income. There are some extremely good passive income opportunities in crypto right now. And if you're able to, identify those right now at the start of a bull cycle, then when the bear does eventually come around, you're gonna have these nodes, strategies that are ready to keep producing you money even in the downturn. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in for the content, and I will see you tomorrow with that passive income video. Cheers, guys. I'll see you next time.